Good day, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So let's see what we're going to get done here today. We're going to get some wires straightened out. We're going to get this thing started up, let it run, see how she does, and then we're going to push for the next little bit of things here to do. And it looks like we're going to have to replace this guy, the master cylinder. It appears to be leaking brake fluid, and it doesn't appear to be applying the brakes effectively. So we're going to work on that. We are going to get this up and running today so we can hear it. It's been a while since she ran last time, and we're going to listen to it run and get a little bit of rev out of it. We're also going to try to fix the throttle cable today so we can have better control over that. And welcome back to our little buddy. He's saying hi to everyone. He's our new little mascot up here. He's my little buddy. So, and if yet enough time left in the day, we're going to get back to the buggy and start doing a little bit of stuff on the buggy. I got a few things to do over there to get that put together the rest of the way. So that's what I'm going to try to accomplish here today. So hang tight, and then I'll be right back, and we'll set up the time elapse, and then we're going to get going with it. Stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So here's the 440 twin, going for our first startup in about a few months. We'll see how it goes. So you got the key on, and I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but we're about ready to find out. Oh, sounding pretty good. Alright, there you go, guys. She's up and running. It's got an exhaust leak because I need to put the spring on there, and I'm running a little extra oil. So there she is. So as you guys heard, that it's up and running, but unfortunately my brand new key switch for some reason is not working. So when I go to the harness and hit it, starter works just fine. So what you saw me doing was hitting the starter relay over here to get it to fire up, and then it would not shut the bike off. I had no way to shut it off because the key ignition just wouldn't shut the bike off. So that's why I cut the video short. So the float was stuck, had to fix that. Now that's fixed. I'll be putting that back on. The harness was sticking too far out, so it was too close to the exhaust. That would have caused a serious issue. So now I got it tucked in there past the frame so it can't get on the exhaust. And so what I'm going to do, instead of using that key ignition, I'm going to use the one that came with the bike originally. It means I have to merge the harness together with it anyway. So I pretty much got everything mapped out right here, and I'm going to continue mapping it out. So we have fully functional switches up here on the handlebars. The override switch is going to be the future starter button, and we have the on and off. I really don't like the thumb starter on the Polaris bikes. They get stuck, keeps the starter spinning. You won't know it until it's too late. So I rather just utilize another button to be able to make everything fully functional. That way nothing can happen of it. The other issue appeared to be that when I pulled one spark plug wire off, the bike shut off. So both cylinders are not firing. So that was just one cylinder you was hearing running. So I got to go through the coil here in the front. It may need a new coil. It's one of them 2-in-1 coils, or I'll run 2 independent coils, and that'll be fine. So that's where I'm at with this. I'm really exhausted, but I'm going to continue pegging away at this little by little. I'll take a break now and then to get back to it. I'm still hurting from this guy over here. I shortened the exhaust up on it now. Now it looks more like what it's supposed to be. I mean, where that thing stuck out about almost 2 foot, now stands out where I want it. So now that's shortened up and she's fine. I replaced the front left wheel bearing on it, and that's fine. I got to weld in the bracket for the rear brake caliper. I got to weld in the rear supports for the trailer ball hitch, so I can drag stuff around with it. I am going to have to remodify the battery tray. I'm going to have to cut it off and move it over to the left a little bit. That ain't too much of a problem, because since I've shortened the exhaust, the muffler is a little too close to the battery top, so that's why I'm going to have to do that. But pegging away at both of them little by little. It's definitely a hell of a difference since the first day it got here, and I could actually physically start this up and actually drive it, but the brakes are not bled, so it's not going to be able to stop the buggy. So it's just not a smart thing to do. So with this guy here, we're almost finished. We have functioning brakes. The carburetor was taken off to be cleaned out. Readjust the float. And I'm going to make some room so I can have a choke for this, because where it puts the carburetor at is right here, and that's why it's cut and modified like that. So I'm going to fatten it open up a little bit more so I can actually utilize that choke instead of sticking my hand in there. Then it'll make life easier. So I'm going to continue pushing through. I got the battery tray modified. Sorry guys, I'm in a lot of pain here. Been at this all day. So here's our battery tray. You saw me working on. I cut it here, and then I cut it here, and then I took it and I bent it out that way. Ran my cut, bent this way, and took a extra piece, cut it, and welded it in. So now that looks decent. So that's all going to get painted, and it'll look like it belongs there. Then I got a strap that I'm going to put here. It's going to come down and hook into here like it normally does. We don't need our battery ejecting out of the side of the bike. So hang tight, and we're going to push forward. Alright guys, and so to give a little update, we got the exhaust shortened up. Got the exhaust covers, heat shields repainted. We got the chain link taken care of. I decided there's enough tension on this shocks that if you hit a serious jump, then yeah, that chain will jump off. So the object and the goal of the game here is get this close to the finish line as I can, because I'm lined up for neck surgery, and it looks like more than likely somebody else will have to take over the project. They can put the necessary for the chain and chain tensioner and all that, but they'll be able to at least test ride it safely, cruise it around, and not have issues. So as I've been doing stuff, I've been painting it a little bit here and there. Get this strap off of here. Must be a pain in the butt. There we go. So all the main hard stuff's done. So they'll be able to test run it. They can ride it for what it is, cruise it. But you got to admit, that's a pretty awesome job. Okay. So the wires, they'll all be done. They'll have front headlights and the rear running light, and the seats will be fixed and put in. The rest of the wires will be done, so they don't have to fight with it. I had to ditch the emergency brake because I did not do the measurement correctly, and well, this piece right here is getting in the way of that arm down there and not allowing me to get the brake bolts into the brackets. So I'm not cutting that tab off to redo it again. I'm not cutting that to redo that again. So I'm just going to cut that off. We don't need a cable brake. We need a set of brakes, front and back. So when you push on that brake, all three brakes apply. You got a solid axle all the way through, so that's why there's 3, not 4. So you got 1 brake caliper in the rear and 2 in the front. So that's plenty of stopping power. The only difference is, don't leave it unattended on the hill. That's all. I mean, something very simply, just pull on some grass that is tall and put a brick, you know. Put a 4x4 behind the wheel and you'll be fine. So that's what we got going on right here. I must say that that's a pretty dang one fit. That's a dang one good fit right there. So if you look at that, that looks pretty dang on good. Yeah, I know. This don't belong to it. So that's why that looks like that. I can make it look a little better, chop this extra piece off, and then it's recessed in there further, but I'm not going through all that. My goal is get this thing to where somebody can physically get in it, start it up, test drive it, and feel confident that it's fine. With the exception, if you go over some severe bumps, your chain's going to slap. And if it slaps, it may jump off. But the motor is not going nowhere. The buggy will be able to stop. You can start it up by key, then a push button. You can shut it off by the key. You can start it up by the pull start and pull the choke and get it to go. So, gas tank needs to be cleaned and modified and attached. I'll pitch the fan into it. Whoever gets it from me, they can take care of that. But I'm going to tighten everything up. All the bolts are loose, so everything's going to get tightened up. I got to make off a block off plate to the shift sensor. Tells you what gear it's in. Not necessary, you know, important. So it's going to get blocked off so it can hold its fluid. So if they want to replace it, they can unbolt it, pull the Permatex, and put the sensor in, wire it up on top of the dash or whatever, wherever they want to put it. Or leave it the way it is. It won't hurt nothing. But you'll be able to see if it's in neutral or reverse on the indicator that's up there in the front. And making sure that these wheels are going to play successful. Still got to weld in those washers. So that's it for this buggy. And now for over here, this is what we started on in the beginning of the video, but I've been going back and forth between the two. I'm trying to run a rat race here between the two. Do a little bit here on this one, get tired of it, and then get over here to do this one. Get tired of that one, come back over here to do this one. So, as you can see in the video, she was up and running. I've blacked out the transmission, bottom half of the motor, down the foot peg, transmission all back in there. So I'll leave the motor the way it is so it has additional cooling. There's a lot of tug of war on if you paint aluminum, it's not going to be able to dissipate, get rid of the heat as easy. So without argument, I left it alone. It ain't hurting nothing. It'll be underneath the gas tank. You ain't going to see it. So what, you'll see the sides of it. So that's where we're at. Wire harness has been messed with. I gotta go through this wire harness, merge that together with this wire harness, so all that can play well together. And that's it. I'm done for today. I can't take no more. I'm hurt. I've done over pushed myself. And because of Blueberry Hill over here fell on me, I ain't feeling too well. So if you look under there, there's a little bit of space there, but I'm a big guy. And that came crashing down on my back, and the rear swing arm bolts were out. So it really wasn't stable. And when that fell on me, yeah, I had to do what I had to do. Bench press it, get it up, you know, in the air, set the jack stands, and then get out from under it. So yeah, that felt pretty good. Still feeling it, but so I'm going to push forward again tomorrow, and we're going to see how much further we get. So far, I must say there's a hell of a difference between what they were and what I had brought them to what they are now. And I got one hell of a mess to clean up, so I need to get my stuff together. So you guys have a good one. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like and subscribe, share. Please help my ass out. Hit some likes and subscribes. I'm seeing over 5,000 people watching my videos, but they're not hitting the likes. So it would help me out during my neck surgery and my downtime. I'm almost getting to the point that if I don't get income up, I'm going to have to cancel the neck surgery, and I'm just going to have to be dreadful the rest of my life. So you guys keep it real, stay positive, keep moving every day. Don't make excuses, because you ain't getting nowhere in life that way. So thank you for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.